Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well. I'm here again with the new video of the Google Course Lab and of the Generative AI Explorer in Vertex AI. Yesterday, I gave a little bit, uh, you know, summary of the last video that I had created. It was completely was in the technology of Vertex AI that we were using the Gemini Pro model 1.5 in Vertex AI. We had seen some features of that particular model, like text generation, like audio file you give, and then it gives you the summary of that particular audio. You provide the video, and you get the summary of the video, and it understands and it provides you the millions of tokens and millions of tokens it can generate and can understand as well. So it's a large model. So, and we have, used multimodal as well, like audio, video, images, PDF files. So we have seen all of this in the particular previous videos. We are again with the same codes of generative AI with Vertex AI, but the topic is the prompt design, that how you can provide the best prompt to the particular LLM or agent, so it can provide the best response according to the prompt that uh, you give to the particular agent. So yeah, before moving, I yesterday I also discussed about that you must be having your an account and you must be having some sort of credit. Okay, so then just you have to click the start lab, then the step by step the things you can easily follow according to the documentation over here. So yeah, when you first of all you have to just a basic overview. You can easily can get help from this particular documentation that the explore the prompt engineering and that to improve the prompts of the quality of your LLM generated response. Actually, you give the best prompt to the particular LLM so that the LLM can generate the best response for you. It can be concise, it can be to the point, it can be specific, and it can be well defined as well. So these are the features which are very important to know to work with a particular agent and to get the best response according to your need, according to your requirement. So yeah, prompt engineering is very important in this particular part. It also covers advanced technique like turning generative tasks into the classification. We'll see it that we'll explore it in the code of the Jupyter notebook. We'll see that. Again, prerequisites are like basic programming knowledge and general API concept, and that's it. While we're using, we'll explore the various examination things like Vertex AI software development kit, such as ideas in question answering, text classification and text expression and text summarization. So these are the objectives to follow this particular Google Lab. Before clicking, you have to just blah blah blah. You have to read out these instructions and move to the next. So yeah, you must be having a Google Cloud account, and so that it can you can work with it. You can open it in the incognito window, or you can use to the best one that you personally like to use. Okay, when you create an account, so you have to give your username and then you have to give your password. So it's a basic thing. No need to discuss about it. So after that, just you sign up, uh, and then when you start lab, click on start lab. It gives you two things: the project ID. It gives you the project ID is important, and password and the email it provides you. Then you can just simply in, put into the input field, and it can easily make the flow according to the things. So once everything is done, so you can see this particular page. So you can easily follow all the things over here. You have to just click on the this icon. After that, it will show the Vertex AI. There will be a lot of options out there. So you have to go to the Vertex AI. It is not showing that flow because I haven't clicked on start button because I have already done this particular task. So once I have done it, so I can now start it again. So that's why. You have to click on gear icon, then you will see vertex, then work branch. You have to go to work branch, then it can make the flow. Then you can move to the next. Here is the step you can easily follow that. Then you have to go to the slash vertex AI. You have to go to the work branch. Work branch, you can see a file, and nearby that particular file, you can see a button. You can click on that particular button. You will move to the Jupyter line. So once these all are things are ready, then you have to give your project ID, and uh, you can use your region. So it will give you the Google Colab once you click on start button. So Google Lab will provide you that. So yeah, which is important for your project. For this particular task as well, when we'll use a Jupyter notebook, there it will help a lot because project ID and region is both are very important to work with the Jupyter notebook and all the steps that you want to perform. So yeah, these the things which are required, and then we'll see step by step the things with this particular progress in the Jupyter notebook. So I guess this all will see the reduce output availability and improve responses quality, and that's it. That's it from the lab. Let's move towards the code. Here we are using the Jupyter notebook, so you can easily just follow these particular things over here. If you want the concise, well-defined response, and you can ask question at a time, one question at a time. You can generate tasks and classify tasks. And for the better response quality, you can give the examples as well. Let's start. We'll be using software development kit required packages. You just simply click on that, and we are using this particular file, and we are using the Python 3 kernel. So we are using locally. Okay. Then we'll start the runtime. You must be having a basic Python knowledge. Python library we are using, and that's it. Uh, these are the basic things that we are using a Google Colab and all the modules. We have imported authentication uh, library, and the next part is that we have to initialize Vertex AI kit. For that, project ID and the location you must have to give to this particular, like here is mentioned project ID. You can get when you click on start lab. So you have to paste it over here according to the name, and you have to use location as well. So it will uh, complete the process and can work perfectly. And we are using Vertex AI generative models, and we are also using these particular things are that we are using the import time that we will use a call Gemini. Firstly, we have to use a Gemini model, and we have using the loop model that will generate content according to the things. And if the successful loop, once the loop is successful, then move to the another, then it will work. It will run the loop. So yeah, we'll use the message of the model and according to the prompt that we are using, and if it is successful, then loop will be, and it will replace the exception type. Let's move. For example, we have a prompt. What do you think that if we want a concise response from the model? So what we're gonna do? We have a prompt. What do you think the good name for a flower chef specialized in selling buckets of dried flour more than fresh flour? So we have given a prompt which is not recommended because the prompt that you gave, which is not, you know, which is not as concise. Model can understand it, but it is not the concise way to give a prompt to the model. So it can generate the responses, but in prompt designing, it is not the best way to do. When you give the prompt, it should be concise like this. Here is a suggested prompt. Suggest a name for a flower shop that sells a bucket of dried flour. So this is the way you have to give the prompt that should be concise, so the model can respond perfectly, efficiently. So yeah, you can see, the model's responses over here. You can compare with it. Uh, I'm not going to show it because no, the things will be the long. So yeah, I'm not going to see, but I can just scroll it. You can just uh, you know compare the response of the both. Okay, you have to must keep the prompt concise. The second one is the be specific and well defined. Let's suppose here is a prompt. Tell me about Earth. Tell me about it's not it is specific but not well defined. You have to well define as well. The prompt is specific, but it is not the well defined prompt that you give. It will respond, but the best way in prompt engineering or prompt designing, you have to give the prompt like these, generate a list of ways that makes Earth unique compared to the other planets. We have seen two prompt design. First thing, you have to keep the prompt concise. The second one is you have to be specific your prompt, and the second is well defined. So here it is well defined, and it will generate a list of making Earth unique than other planets. So yeah, here the response is according to the Earth prompt. And most of the time we do mistake, which we ask two questions at a time. Like, what's the best method of boiling water and why is the sky blue? This is the wrong way to give the prompt. You have to ask one question at a time. Okay. We have seen three things over here. Okay. First, be concise, specific, well defined, and ask question one at a time. What is the best method of boiling water? And then next time we can next prompt we can use it. Why is the sky blue? And the hallucination part is very important in this particular generative AI part, because we have trained large amount of data into the model, and it can generate so many things like text containing statements, and it responses like uh, you know truly or reality you don't know, or because you can fetch a lot of things, and it can respond. The response it gives you, it cannot be unique, and it can provide you the wrong citation, false and inaccurate citation, so it can hallucinate that. So hallucination is hallucination part you face while working or using the AI models. So hallucination is like a fundamental challenge of the LLM models. Okay, uh, LLM model can be confident. You have to keep the LLM model confidence, and like if the model is hallucinate, na, so it should respond confidently. Like the response is unique and real. So you have to make your bot like that. Here, like we have used the variable, and we have provided the temperature of this. We have asked what day is it today. Like it doesn't have the current information, real time information. So it can respond like this. Include the current date. To know what is the date, I recommend checking calendar. It's the best way to respond. So yeah, and using system instruction and irrelevant responses if it can provide you. So to keep yourself safe from that particular side, you can give the system different instructions. So like this, you have to give like this, and you have to give different prompt in an array, so it can easily get that and responds according to the requirements, according to the instruction that you give to the system. Okay, and what's the best player sighting in Milan, Italy? So yeah, it can respond like this. And in the talking about the generative tasks, classification tasks, reduce output variability, You simply give it like um I'm a high school student becoming a programming. So in the classification type, you classify this particular prompt. No, we are talking about the generative task. You just provide a simply a prompt, so it will generate a response according to the prompt. But talking about the classification, like it gives a prompt that I am a high school student recommending a programming activity and that to improve my skill. You just give an a prompt to the bot, so it will generate a text for 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 this particular prompt. Once you do the text classification, you give a prompt and you also provide some sort of classify. You classify your technologies, you classify your languages that you want to learn. So this is the best way that you can provide that. You can classify what you want to do and what technologies you are interested in. So you can classify so it can work perfectly more than that particular uh, prompt that you give here. This. After that, we have some other things you can classify and zero shot that you provide the prompt without any example. Okay, and one shot prompt that you give an example to the prompt so that the bot can understand. And we have few short prompt is like you provide more than one example to the LLM model. So yeah, in the zero shot